before we get into that, you are.
My name's Rob.
I'm Jay.
I'm James. Thanks for joining. And
Hope you like this diorama.
Yeah, we tried to throw something. I was going to get a lightsaber for you.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Anyway, we are doing a Star Wars themed episode. We'll talk about the new movie, and we're going to talk about the old movies, whatever. What do you want to start with?
Anything and everything.
I'd say if we start, let's do in order.
In order? I mean, what's the
numerical order, not the release order?
Well, what do you want to talk about the first movie?
Because
I don't have anything set from each
Right.
specific movie. I just had general topics that I figured we'd bring up. So,
Neither do I.
okay, if you want, let's talk about the new movie first.
Okay,
and then we'll just see what our favorite stuff is.
So, what topic do you have? What topic?
What about the new movie?
I was going to say, do you have something that we can all
No, I just
address as far as the new movie goes? I mean,
you enjoyed it, I assume.
Yes. Like any...
It was better the second time, wasn't it?
It wasn't any worse the second time. I don't know.
I thought it was way better the second time I saw it.
I have not seen it the second time.
I mean, I picked up on some things that I did not pick up on the first time. So yes, in that regard. And I mean, stuff I saw and read on the internet after seeing it the first time, I was able to see and pick up.
Do you have an example? Because I don't think I missed anything.
The one major thing I saw, and it pertains to this with Rey's origins, is I think she gave it up. I think she admitted who she was in the movie, and nobody caught it. It was real sly. It was in the Takadana scene where she's down at the bottom and she has just been thrashed by the lightsaber, speaking to her. When Maz Kanata is talking to her and says, "You know it to be true, you know it in your heart, that whoever you're waiting on is not coming back for you." And she starts to cry, and then she says, "But there is one that could." And that's when Rey says, "Luke." So it's like, alright, is Luke then her?
That's because the whole story at that point's been driven to go find Luke.
I know that.
But
it also implies Luke's one who left her.
Kinda. I mean, the whole thing at that point is this legend of a man nobody really thinks is real, that they know is a Jedi now because of what Solo told him, all that. And she knows him to be like the only Jedi, so all of a sudden you have this lightsaber, you have her talking about the Force. The only person to come to mind would be Skywalker.
But that also supports
he's it.
The other side of the argument that they're not related at all, because she believes they were a myth in the first place.
Well, she was dumped as such a young kid.
She was young enough she'd remember. She remembers being taken by Simon Pegg's character and screaming.
Well, yeah, but that's it. She has...
That's when they left.
Nothing before that. What about like a little hand wave just to forget if it's...
Men in Black style.
Well, no, you can... That's part of the repertoire. You make people forget.
I just assume
what if it was just...
whatever the plan is, they don't know yet. I mean, it's just like Luke and Leia weren't brother and sister in the first one. I mean, come on.
Right.
We make stuff up as we go along. So whatever we see fit later.
Well,
I would prefer it.
These are planned out though. Like they already have.
8 is being written currently, or it's been written.
They have a rough idea. Right. Like 8's done. They have a rough idea of how 9's going to go. And of course, that can change, but
that could have been. I mean, that's happened since that movie was written. That movie script was probably written 2 years ago for 7.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, things change. What I would like to see happen is Rey end up being Han's kid also. There's your spoiler. Kylo Ren is Han's son. Han and Leia. But I would like it to be she was pregnant with another kid when Han took off and started bounty hunting and stuff. And she gave birth and never told him. And then gave Rey up
because
when she was young.
Everything went horribly awry with the first job.
Well, the timeline doesn't fit that because he's not that old. He's got to be in his 20s. Granted, she has to be late teens, early 20s too. It's almost around the same age, so you can't really have this one pupil that turns, have another kid there, all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to get them the hell out of here. Like
See,
that.
my original thought with Rey being Luke's daughter is Luke standing over the grave at the end of the mother. The mother, just like the Skywalkers always do, died in childbirth. And so that was Rey, or Luke seeing his daughter
And him
actually
like,
becoming the family business, so to speak. Part of the family business.
I still think she's Skywalker's kid.
I would rather her be Han's spawn, but I think it would make for a more interesting story than
I could, but that still leaves that.
making. Like, I don't want to see them do for episode 8 and 9 what they did for episode 5 and 6, because they did 7 and 4. Like, to me, that would prove to me Disney has no creativity and has completely jumped the shark. And if they came out with anything after that, I would be like, nope, don't care. You gave a giant middle finger to everyone by just copy and pasting.
I don't want to say they made a safe movie, but they kind of did.
They did. They know they did.
Because they took what they knew works. They knew the prequels, while popular, made money. In the long run, didn't work because people didn't like it.
They absolutely made a safe move, and they did it. And it's good that they did for one movie. I want them to veer off. I want them to forget about Han and Leia and Chewbacca and all of that in this other movie. And the only reason I want to see Luke is to see the interaction between Luke and Rey. Beyond that, I care more about the new 3 than the old 3.
Yeah,
I'd rather see their interaction and what shenanigans they get into.
I'd still like them to be
involved.
Major minor characters, like still in the background, but not like the Emperor was in the second movie. Like just this figure, like you know he's there, but you don't.
They can't be
ever.
Like Yoda, who was there in the end of the is there in the second, third movie. But
yeah, Yoda, one of the biggest characters, is barely in it, but he's a major character.
Right.
I want them to still be that.
But he steals the screen every time he's on, so you can't focus on anything. Yoda.
Well, he's dead.
No, I'm aware of that. But if you... okay, cool.
That's alright.
But, I mean, I'm still alive, it looks like. It's just my low battery notification.
Well, Yoda's whole screen. Yoda's dead, so he can't do that.
But Luke...
Han Solo did the same thing. He's dead now, too.
But Luke will. And that's the reason in their original plans, Luke was going to be more prevalent. And they decided not to because you'll forget about this new cast when Luke's on screen.
Right, but I'd still like to have him in the movie as much as Yoda or somebody like that. I mean, even the Emperor wasn't in.
What I don't want, though, is a direct rip-off of Yoda training Luke. And it just be Luke training Rey. I want something different than that.
Yeah, but how different could it be? He's the only Jedi in the galaxy now. Because Ren killed all the Padawans he was training. I'm going to drop that. All that he was training, I think that was from that the raining scene.
Right.
He killed every one of his Padawans. Technically speaking, Kylo Ren's the only one left that Luke trained. So there's nobody else to train her. And is it just me, or does her staff look like a lightsaber? Both ends look like lightsabers.
I'll be very upset if they modify it to become a lightsaber.
That's the biggest thing I've noticed every time I look at that thing. Is it looks like, granted the whole shaft and the end, but you get to the ends and it looks like a gigantic lightsaber. Like Darth Maul's.
I'm just really glad that they didn't cut anyone's arms off.
I know, I'm going to knock him down. It bothered me.
I assume you enjoyed the movie.
Mm-hmm. See, this is my... Which one is it? This is the daughter of Kenobi, or a descendant of Kenobi, whatever, is my
Your hope.
No, it's ridiculous and dumb because it would have to be the daughter of Ben Kenobi's daughter. Or if not a daughter of a daughter.
Why is that dumb?
It's not, but it's just so far-fetched.
You said Ben Kenobi was a priest and had to be celibate.
Well, that's
he
the whole
traveling the galaxy.
That's the whole argument. Is with the Jedi Order dead, he doesn't have to follow their guidelines, considering he lived in the desert as a hermit.
Yep, he gets lonely.
And their big reasoning behind that is because Ewan McGregor, along with Yoda, is one of the voices that speaks to her through the lightsaber.
Yeah, but so is what's his face, Alec Guinness. He's part of it too.
Well, yeah, but Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right,
yeah,
but
Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda are the ones that speak to her through that. No Anakin, no Hayden Christensen, which is a good thing, even though they kept saying he was somehow part.
Did you see Mace Windu? Samuel L. Jackson.
There's fan theories that say Mace Windu's not dead, or he didn't die.
Pick up that lightsaber.
That's who Snoke is. Pissed off Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else we want to cover from the new movie?
I really like BB-8. I didn't think I would, but I did. Mainly because he was goofy.
What are your thoughts? We're going to go past this movie and you're just going to be like...
We're recording off a phone, so if you're actually asking questions, we can't answer you unless Rob feels like getting close.
Not just two. I didn't get the first part of that, so please repeat that. And we'll try to answer it. Hello, Scotty.
Anyway, I don't know. He was funny. He was goofy. He was better than R2, just because of what he was.
I enjoyed the movie.
There were more than two voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the two that people...
The prominent
caught on to were Yoda and Ben Kenobi.
Or at the very least, the two that Disney and Lucasfilm have said.
Right.
Was Kenobi and Yoda.
I thought that the movie was a lot like the old movies, so I enjoyed all of that. I'm just looking forward to whatever happens next.
I don't want the next one to be like The Empire Strikes Back. Although if it is, but still different enough, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But I didn't find a thing wrong with this being following the plot points. It doesn't follow A New Hope exactly. It's just the main point of like this, then this, and like the key points. All the other little stuff.
This droid has information that we've got to get.
Yeah. As long as they don't end up killing Darth Vader in the last movie again, I'll be happy. But I'm going to keep waiting.
What do we got? Someone will have a hand cut off in the next one. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. Don't you say that.
I mean, have you seen the picture
They need to avoid all hand cutting off. What do we got? Shit, not letting me stay connected. Gonna have to watch at midnight when I'm at work. Stupid Wi-Fi.
Is that Lori?
No, that was Gwenna.
Oh.
Sorry you can't watch now.
We'll
it'll be up on
upload it
YouTube too.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to it in the headphones, we'll have it on iTunes later.
There's a picture going around that shows something about Luke talking with Rey, and it said, I guess it was inferring that it's
passage.
Yeah, his kid. It's a family rite of passage to get a hand cut off. That or it's the Jedi way. It just showed like Jedi's losing hands here and there.
The Hall of Jedi Arms.
And it showed her face. It's just like, dear God.
Here's a question. Is Kylo Ren more or less evil, having killed his father? Because I've heard both sides.
I think he's less evil. I think that hurt him a lot more than he thought that would sever his ties to the light, and I think it only strengthened it to where he's going to be. He'll probably, after training, have a lot more control, but he's going to have those deep-seated regrets of doing it. That, or they officially just made him probably the best Sith there is. When he becomes one, because he's not a Sith.
Being PC, I think a mass genocide of a race like the Jedi in the third would make Darth Vader a little more evil.
So I read something that said the Ewoks died at the end of the third movie.
Yeah.
I want a big twist. Kylo turns good and Rey turns bad.
Did you see the fan art that had his crossguard hilt green and her with her staff as a red lightsaber and they had them crisscrossed?
No.
It's like her as a Dark Jedi. Yeah, the chick in Maz Kanata's bar that reported to the First Order, she was part of one of the comics before it. And it was, I guess part of that was she got some sort of parcel from somewhere and delivered it to Kylo Ren, and everybody's inferring that it was Vader's helmet, which means somebody at some point went to Endor and probably massacred Ewoks because they're little cannibalistic bears.
Yeah, but
like that's a big plot hole everybody forgets.
Was it Abrams who confirmed that
they're
the
having
Ewoks all died at the end of Return of the Jedi? Like that in the time between 3 and 4, all the Ewoks were wiped off.
Well, I'm sure that'd be the people that worship
Wookiees
Vader's.
ate them.
The people that worship Vader's plan, they caused that, so they probably just glassed that whole planet. I'm just gonna keep pointing.
Yes, there was a book about her before the movie. They never did say what was in the box. What's in the box?
Well, no, but they're just
like Pulp Fiction.
Everybody's inferring what it is, because why would she deliver something to Kylo Ren?
Well, the thing
other than that,
I mean, but there's there's rumored 3 things that Kylo has of Vader's: his helmet, his ashes, and his crystal from his lightsaber.
Then why didn't he use his crystal? Unless his crystal was broken.
That's the reason his lightsaber is
I guess
faulty and needs an exhaust port, is because it's got a broken crystal.
Still, I think the parcel was something below.
The ashes is what he sets his helmet on when he first takes it off. It's Darth Vader's ashes.
Now, is the stuff with the helmet and the ashes, is that aboard a Star Destroyer, or was that on Starkiller Base? Because if so, he just lost this forever.
I believe it was on Star Destroyer.
Okay. I was thinking about that, and I didn't remember when it actually happened or where he was. Because if they weren't on a Star Destroyer, he literally just, like, there's no way he's getting those back. They're gone.
They better not build another Starkiller Base. I'll be so ticked if we get Death Star 4.0. So ticked. I mean, I really like the laser on the Starkiller Base, being able to shoot and to target multiple things. I thought that was a neat expansion of the idea. And to know that the remnants of what was left of the Republic is gone now. Yay, First Order being in charge of everything.
I would have liked to at least have, like, a Republic have a fleet. Because I still think a Knights Old Republic and all the awesomeness.
I agree.
Alright, let's go to...
I would have liked to have seen granted, the space battles in the prequels were good. In the original, they were barely space battles. It was like 1,000 Star Destroyers and 2 X-Wings flying around. I would have liked to have seen a massive just space battle with actual, like, capital ships that aren't droids.
But everyone likes the excitement of the smaller ships, which is why I don't think you're just going to see...
I mean, the X-Wing scenes were some of the best scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your phone's just dying. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Dang, it was at 65% when I started this.
Let's
10% now.
let's get down to how many programs. Start reviewing some of the old stuff. Favorite character from this franchise?
All of them together?
Yeah.
That's a toughie. I'm going to have to go with Chewie. Always like Chewbacca.
Just cause he can rip people's arms off.
He's a giant lumbering hawk that walks around. That's nice as can be.
What you got?
I don't know.
Deep into
I know who I think your favorite is. I know you have this deep-seated affection for Darth Maul,
I do.
which I like Darth Maul too.
I just think he's a fantastic character design. And the worst part about that movie is them just being like, hey, great villain. Dead.
Were you talking about the movies or just Star Wars in general?
In general.
I mean,
Because my favorite
expanded
character
universe
would
doesn't exist anymore.
I know, but my favorite would be Revan from Knights of the Republic then.
Who's probably not even real anymore.
No, he's gone. They got Revan.
Yeah, I'd probably say Darth Maul.
Awesome.
I mean, as far as Jedi goes, I really like Qui-Gon.
So you liked the first movie a lot.
I did. I like the first movie a lot. I'm not as annoyed by Jar Jar as everyone is. I really like pod racing.
I like the prequels.
Now, there's
I
nothing
hate
in
the
that
pod
movie. There's
racing.
nothing
Yeah,
in
I
that
hate
movie
that.
that matters.
See,
Like, if you'd eliminate the first movie entirely and just pick up at the second movie, it doesn't change anything. There's nothing that the first movie adds.
is what's his face still watching?
I like the first movie.
I don't know, the guy that kept commenting.
Oh,
From
If you're still on there, did you enjoy the pod race? Because it's 2-1 that hated the pod racing
But
scenes.
what do we got? You agree with who? Me?
no one agrees with you.
The pod racing was the worst part of that. It was
Yes. So you
Oh.
like pod racing too,
Jesus.
and you agree that the movie absolutely serves no purpose other than take up space and cash in on a franchise.
Well, you had to establish. It took 3 movies to say like this is going to be Vader.
Yes.
Okay.
Woo!
But no, there was no purpose. Basically, it was to show off young Vader and then kinda Obi-Wan.
I like everything that doesn't involve, the kid. So.
I never
See,
got-
I like the kid better than Hayden Christensen.
I mean, I do too as an actor. I don't like this. I don't like him being involved in the story.
That's what he said. He's like, I like them. I'm guessing the prequels.
I like the Darth Maul stuff. I like the stuff with Qui-Gon.
Had its bad moments, but good.
One of
I
my
agree.
favorite parts
I
from
agree.
the first movie was that, I don't know, that fully marching droid army just screamed Nazi all over is awesome. Just that in full march going to go, shoot a bunch of like mentally retarded animals.
The droids were the best part of the prequels, the battle droids, and their clever little comments and witty banter back
Yeah,
and
but-
forth and stuff.
Those were good. When they went to like the next movie and then even Revenge, where they started making them like people, they had their own like mind and talked and like had emotions. That was bad. They went the wrong way with that. No, I don't want to hear a droid look at something and say "uh-oh" and freak out and run
See,
off.
I do, because I think that adds humor.
Some can do
Uh-oh.
that. Not battle droids that are meant for one thing, and that is to kill stuff.
Yeah, if they
I
were
want
programmed correctly, they just go kill things.
I want them to have a singular view of there's an enemy, I'm going to shoot it, or I'm going to explode, one or the
But
other.
it's like when Anakin and Obi-Wan were, it was okay.
Well, the way I look at the droids, though, is like if they were really battle droids that just went and murdered things with no remorse or question, then why would you need to form a clone army? Clearly, there was some benefit in
Droids are unreliable because I guess in the Star Wars universe, EMP theoretically still works.
If my phone goes dead, I apologize to everyone watching live. It will be uploaded for the full episode
YouTube
on YouTube
and iTunes.
and iTunes
And
at
if
a
you
later
watch
date.
it and feel
I'm sorry,
like
my
submitting,
phone's on the verge of dying.
if you feel
He
like
says clones are
submitting,
better.
if you feel like submitting
but-
questions after the fact, we'll answer them in the next episode.
So, I mean, I thought it was okay. I need a reason to get a clone army. Let's use these crappy droids. I can get them to develop an army for me, and then I'll just
In
use
Clone
it
Wars,
to take over.
which is still canon, one of the like little battles, I think it was on
Human minds over robots.
I don't remember. I think it was maybe like the whatever, I can't remember Greedo's race. Like maybe that world, they dropped an EMP bomb and took out like the entire army, but they also woke up that big the Xylo beast, whatever. Did you watch Clone Wars?
4 episodes, 5 episodes. It wasn't bad. I just never got.
You already said the best part was the droid, so that was one of my questions. What's the best part of the first 3 movies?
I like to say more Jedi. lightsabers that actually look like a lightsaber, cut through stuff. Like when he sinks it into the door and starts just melting it. I thought that was awesome.
I really enjoyed the final battle in the
Liam Neeson, awesome. He should be a Jedi and everything.
Liam Neeson's my shit.
I think a Qui-Gon anthology movie would be cool.
Favorite villain? You already said Darth Maul, so we knocked you out.
It might be Kylo Ren. I mean, I
he's
really
turning
like
into
the
decent.
physical strength of Kylo Ren.
Everybody pointed out the fact that he did get shot with a bowcaster,
Yeah.
and he's sitting there hitting the wound as he's fighting somebody who may technically be stronger in the Force than him, if it is
I doubt
Skywalker's kid.
Doubt it. I think Kylo's stronger than Vader was in the Force.
Yeah, but
Just
technically,
physical strength use of the Force, he's stronger than Vader ever showed anyway.
I don't know. Vader did, choke people through a TV screen. Without even, doing that. Like, he just kind of sat there and randomly would choke people while he's talking to them. Basically to say, you're fired. You just got a promotion.
I'm not entirely certain Kylo, though, couldn't have just gone and crushed someone's head.
I'm sure Vader could, too.
Well, maybe.
They didn't show... Like,
But it was nice to see somebody follow through with violence, What do we do with the rest of the villagers? Kill them. Great. Awesome. Thank you for actually not being a pussy.
I'm going to say Grievous is my favorite. I like the way he looked. I like the way he fought.
I liked him.
I like Dooku's lightsabers.
Mine's the Emperor though.
I like Kylo Ren. I'm really hoping if we do another for episode 8, if we're still doing this, I can say Captain Phasma's my new favorite bad guy, because she's supposed to have a much bigger role in episode 8.
Nope, I go Boba Fetter.
I heard she's going to kill the Hound.
No, they've already said it.
Movie will open up with her in a trash compactor.
She was the first person signed on for episode 8, and
Of course. She had no role in 7.
she's supposed to have a much expanded role.
Best set or planet, however you want to go about it.
Ooh.
I somewhat enjoyed Mustafar. I mean, it got it across Lucas's idea of this is what hell looks like.
Snow covered, so let's go with Hoth or Starkiller.
I go with Hoth. That sounds good.
I like Hoth.
I just like it. It's a nice opening to that movie. It's pretty fun.
Indoor.
I was thinking, I like that
Indoor
opening
looks
though.
like any other.
It looks
redwood
like
forest.
everywhere where we live.
Oh, wait.
I forgot. I like Kashyyyk because I do like me some Wookiees.
Yeah, I like the treehouse structure.
You can only pick one to rewatch. So I guess favorite.
I'm gonna upset people because I
Why
do
you do this?
I do like the original trilogy better, but I think Revenge of the Sith is one of the best ones they ever made. Just of what it does and establishes and everything, it was the best of the prequels. It technically could have followed and been like episode 3, 4, 5, and 6.
He says 6 for him.
I like episode 6. That giant space battle's awesome. I love seeing a superstar story in action.
Return. Yeah. I'll be that guy and say 7.
I'm not gonna lie, I could keep rewatching 7. I want to go see it for a third time.
I'll be that guy and say 7.
I'm gonna say A New Hope, but it's real hard because I like Yoda a whole lot. But I watched it a lot more when I was little, so nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the one I've seen the most of it was probably because they always had Empire Strikes Back on TV. Which it fares as the most popular of the originals.
Yeah, I mean, I like Return of the Jedi better though. And it's probably my.
It's because of
If you take out the childhood aspect of just the nostalgia from it. Like I actually enjoy.
It's because of the scope of it, because it was grander. Because all of a sudden you go out and there's this new Star Destroyer that's
There's this big slug that has everybody captured.
10
and
times the size
Jedi
of the
comes
original.
back to take his friends. So I don't know. There's a lot I enjoy about it. But anyway, did you give us a one to rewatch? Oh, you said 7. Spin-off. What should get? What character should get a spin-off? I know they're doing some.
Right.
They're doing right now a Han Solo and a Boba Fett. That is officially confirmed.
But I mean, if you could pick any from any of them, you had a.
I'm just saying which ones there are.
I know. I'm just.
Sidious.
I guess I would say Darth Maul, since he's only in like.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'd like to see. I would like to see.
How he
like almost
got
like
there.
an Avatar style movie. Darth Maul, like home planet, and how he grew, how he was raised, how he was trained to become.
I didn't like his because they went over his home planet and all that in Clone Wars.
I know.
And it was terrible.
But I would really like to see Sidious Kylo.
I think it's unrealistic.
Yeah, it would.
I think it'd be neat to do a Yoda, considering he is 800 years old. So you'd have to go 800 years prior and see kind of Old Republic-esque. I mean, they can't really squeeze into a movie like this.
I was just thinking I'd like to see Plagueis and then Sidious go from being this to
Yeah.
punk kid running around using the Force. Go for it.
Yeah, that would be good, considering everybody thinks
It'd be like Grease, but whenever he sees the girl, he'd be like, and she'd be like, eh.
Considering everybody thinks Snoke is Plagueis.
Yeah, I think Snoke's just a stupid character that they've added to seem menacing. To add a Sidious type
Something
figure.
I've seen said that he was the Inquisitor, maybe.
Yeah, because everybody kind of keeps saying because he's got that long neck and the head, he's one of the,
Bobbleheads.
fuck,
I don't know what the name of the race is.
I remembered up until you said something.
I have a 3 foot 31 inch, not quite 3
Inquisitor.
foot Inquisitor. 'Cause they were
Utapau.
$10.
So they're Utapauans because they're from Utapau.
Yeah. Utapauans.
Last question, and it's a random one, is favorite Star Wars toy? I figure since we all have lots of experience there that
I actually don't have a ton of Star Wars toys.
yeah, but of all the ones you've seen, what would be your favorite?
Oh.
It is. They were in episode 2. The Utapauans. Yeah.
They're in Revenge of the Sith.
It was episode 3. On Kashyyyk.
Yeah, because he executes Order 66, he shoots Obi-Wan down the pit, all that jazz. That's when he kills Grievous by shooting him in the chest, blah, blah, blah.
I didn't get to it. My favorite character is Obi-Wan. I just think he's a badass. Nobody gives him any credit. He kills Darth Maul, maims
I just don't like you. Okay.
maims Darth Vader. I mean,
What's wrong
he
with
kills
you,
Grievous.
Yeah. No, they were in 2 when they had Ben.
When they had what?
Ben.
Obi-Wan didn't that have him captured at one point? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't like telling people they're wrong. I do, though, but I don't know what you're talking
sure
about.
you do like it.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they captured him in episode 3.
Never. I'm guessing. Never mind. Moving on.
Favorite toy.
It is
Never
3.
wrong.
That's true.
I've always liked the Lego sets.
Which one? Did
Probably.
you guys see that Sandcrawler that I posted on our thing? Somebody made 10,000 Lego pieces. It's pretty
No.
awesome.
I want to see that.
Posted on the Facebook page. Everybody's been talking about the Falcon that somebody made, and I was looking at it, and they had a Sandcrawler on there too. It's pretty awesome.
The
3 feet.
coolest that I've seen that I almost bought several times was probably the most recent AT-AT we had, the Lego set. The coolest set I think they've made is that 3, 6 foot long, however big, Super Star Destroyer. It's a
My
ridiculous.
favorite is the new app-controlled BB-8.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I forgot all about that. Somebody asked today where they could get that, and I was like, I don't think they're...
Online. Amazon has them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Mine would
They're
be,
short supply.
like, they have those Build-A-Saber kits. I think those are my favorite. I mean,
The Force FX are cool.
I was just saying, I like those.
yeah.
Where can you get a studio quality Falcon? I don't know where you can get a studio quality Falcon. I'm sure there's probably some high-end toy companies that make them. I don't know who.
Coolest Star Wars toys, that master replicas that made a exact look-alike of, like, so. They did Solo's gun, and they did a bunch of other stuff. Like an actual prop replica that looks exactly the same would be cool.
I really like the lightsabers, but more recently, I really like the black and orange X-Wings.
Black and red. It's red. Oh, the X-Wing, my bad. It's my school colors, I should have known that.
I like the black and red TIE
I seen that TIE Fighter that is for 6-inch figures.
Yeah.
Because you said it's huge.
$170.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
box is...
Yeah. They've got one at Target.
That's what I was thinking.
Sounds
Pretty
like
cool.
I like the way
spend money on it.
I do like the way the new X-Wings look. They're like streamlined and thinner.
There's a really cool Lego set with the X-Wing, but I also like the Lego set with Kylo's ship.
The
I really like that design.
that Kenner kind of retro look
do this.
AT-AT we had a couple years ago. That big box where we kept getting all those different ones. We had the AT-ATs forever. That was retardedly expensive. I really wish I could get that now.
Well, they had a Sandcrawler like that too, didn't they? Like,
I know we had
I think maybe KB had it when it's still around.
I know we had X-Wings for a long time because nobody was buying them.
Those big cheap X-Wings.
Yeah, the ones that were
Recently.
like the retro look Kenner box. Like
No, not the one you're talking about. They were
Oh
in the
yeah,
black box. Yeah.
yeah.
They were kind of like the Black Series, but they were like, I think, the 30th anniversary or something.
Yeah.
So they were that retro look, and we had the AT-AT. It looked almost exactly like the original. But it was like $180, and that's the same reason I never bought Devastator. I'm not going to spend that much
But
money on something.
I really like a lot of the new 3 3/4 inch figures.
See,
The
figures
new
wise,
movies.
the Unleashed were my favorite. I
Yeah.
just like the detail. I like the.
I like
Even though they're not really posable or anything.
Right.
the ones like that, the black that would say like either expanded universe or whatever movie, because I have 2 of the very few Star Wars figures I've ever bought are 2 from that, but more recent that are expanded universe. That Malgus and the Nom Anor. Me and Rob are switching places.
What do you
next
think is the
time.
best figure ever? Star Wars figure or just best figure?
We're talking about Star Wars, of course. It's Star
Period.
Wars.
My vote is the 1980 today. 1980 Yoda, Star Wars mate.
Star Wars.
I'm a big fan of posability, so I'm going to say those the Square Enix or whatever. I don't think that's right, but
Oh, Play Arts
the
Kai.
Play Arts Cod that has the Vader and the Stormtrooper,
Oh, yeah,
because the
yeah,
way they look is it's a
yeah.
little different. It's
It's
beautiful.
a Final Fantasy take on traditional characters.
Yeah, and I think the way the Stormtrooper in that looks is one of the best looking figures. The Boba Fett's also just like stunning.
Yeah.
And also they are just extremely, extremely posable, which I like.
See, if I wanted to get one Star Wars figure, it would be they have a Boba Fett that had a missile or something that's from the 80s. It's a rare like Boba Fett. So that's what I would want to be my favorite, just because of the rarity, and I like the Boba Fett design a lot. my favorite figure that I have is a Star Wars Unleashed Boba Fett with Starlight Pit, which I think is pretty cool. But it's an old Kenner figure though.
Right.
It's just, I think you had to mail it away to get it.
Probably.
And they came
one
out
of the ones that have the like.
UPCs and send them in.
One of the pages I follow on Instagram, he's got. I guess people either cut out the cards or something.
Yeah.
And it always has like it's the label that says it. Like seriously, we're all
Vinyl
sitting here
Cape
with
Jaws
the
is pretty badass.
What?
Vinyl Cape Jaws. Pretty badass. I don't know what my favorite Star Wars toy of all time would be. I don't know. Because I was never really into collecting.
Well, mashups.
What's your favorite?
Yeah.
What's your favorite that you have?
Favorite that I have is the. It's a toss up between the Black Series Phasma and the Starkiller based Kylo Ren.
So you.
A new one.
What about that Vader you bought?
It looks good, but it's a Kotobukiya.
I mean, you spend $50 on a Vader figure.
Yeah.
It looks better than the $50.
It does look better than 50.
$50 bill there. Like, what's that? That's a figure I was going to buy, but I didn't. So there's the
That's right.
$50 that he calls.
That's my justification to buy it.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else we want to go over? You guys got any questions? I have a whole list. Do you have anything?
No. Do you?
I got my question answered. Evil, less or more evil.
Do you have any questions you want us to answer?
Yeah.
Like, I got nothing. I'm mainly made for answering questions.
I enjoyed this. I think that maybe we should do like a
Themed one every time?
more often.
Yeah. Alright. Shoot. What's your question? Do our best to answer. And you can tell us if you want an answer from each of us or just us as a group to come up with an answer.
Well, whether he just wants an answer from you or not, I'm going to answer anyway.
I was more thinking as a whole group, our opinion, or what's yours this? What's yours this?
I don't think we've ever hive-minded an opinion that's like, hey, we're the same. Wait, while
Can we all agree that apple pie is good? I mean,
I don't like apple
Pumpkin.
pie.
cheesecake! Most shitty figure. Early Stormtrooper and Chewbacca figures were really bad. Where there was all like one body mold and then they just put like arms and legs on it. I vote Bumface Pawns Baba.
I'd probably something now that like the mashups. Some of those are cool. They do such odd stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some terrible figures they've made in the past.
All of the Star Wars Rebels line. All of it is garbage. It's real cheap crap.
What's it say?
Retro Chewie was badass. As a collectible, yes. As a actionable figure. Leia with muzzles. That whole line of figures where they all had like muscles. They did it to everything. They did it to Star Wars. They did it to Power Rangers. They did it. God, it was awful. I forgot all about those. Why don't you have those hang on your wall?
Most offensive figure.
Yeah. Slave Leia.
Yeah.
I don't like all the just
Badass Leia.
I like the black
Hut
figures, the main stuff. The ships are nice. The micro machines, Hot Wheels. But then I don't like these offshoots that are just getting ridiculous, like
the water bottles and.
Well, not that. Like the merchandise was
I
fine.
have a water bottle with
Air hogs, iHome speakers, the shit. What was the? It was. I don't think it was Rebels, but it was the.
Love Star Wars fruit. Get a little orange and call it BB-8 and just roll it around.
Crap. It was like the kind of strategy or whatever game that we had in the aisles that come with the little figures that was just like either black or gold.
Risk?
Kinda, but it was in the Star Wars aisle.
All
I don't remember
That's
what.
part of that Rebels line.
it is part of the
Or
Rebels
Commander.
line.
Commander.
That's what it was.
Star Wars Commander's
that,
command.
Stupid. Like,
Yeah.
who wants that?
Yeah. Everyone, because the Micro Machines repackaged them. And people bought the crap out of them.
No, because those Micro Machines are terrible because I haven't bought any.
Oh,
They
that's what
are-
makes them terrible.
Yeah, they are a far
Jay don't
cry.
want him.
They're a far cry from original Micro Machines.
Did you
Sorry.
fella like Force Awakens? We fellas did indeed like Force Awakens.
It's one of my favorite movies now. Just because.
Because it's new and shiny.
Definitely took
It's new.
2015 out with a bang.
Technically, Jurassic World is still the winner of 2015
I want to
by
go
like
see
$1 million. Are you sure? Because everything I saw said by 31st it was at like Jurassic World was 652, Star Wars was at like 651.
That may be. Yeah, by the
the
fiscal
end of it,
and the
Yeah,
year.
about like
Yeah,
the
I
next
think
day,
so.
Star Wars beat it already.
Well, yeah. Beat it while it was asleep.
Yeah.
I want to see the Hateful Eight. I'm sure you guys probably don't care.
I do want
want
to see
to
Hateful Eight. A Western a man can get behind other than Django. Hello from Russia. Well, hello from West Virginia in the United States.
Again, he probably knows where we are more than other people. People don't know this is a state. It's sad.
Which is why I elaborated.
Anything else?
I don't
You
think
guys
so.
have any unrelated Star Wars questions? We normally do a question segment. I didn't have anything. All right.
I'm unprepared for questions at all times.
We normally have a pet peeve segment, a top 5 segment, and a question segment where we just ask random questions. We just let Star Wars take over our episode this time. So, hope you enjoyed it.
And if you did, please like us on Facebook. We are on Facebook and have a page. Subscribe to us on YouTube so you'll get notified anytime a new episode gets uploaded.
And send us
Can you
questions.
explain this scope? This scope is Star Wars.
Well, this one.
Yeah.
4 guys hang out and BS about topics.
Right.
If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about,
Okay.
we'd be open to that.
It's his first time, so thank you for joining us. But yeah, we're just 3 of the 4 guys. There's another guy, his name's Andrew, who will join us off and on periodically. And we just choose topics and things that we feel are worth talking about.
Yeah, we've talked
Whether-
about things. We talk about retail, stupid customers sometimes, pet peeves, 80s movies, favorite TV shows, movies. So,
Toys.
yeah.
It started. This idea started from us all having a retail job and having to deal with customers who would do dumb things or say dumb things and ask dumb questions. And so it was kind of like if we could hand out life lessons to these people, what kind of things would we get into? And
A gun, a bullet to the knee
yeah.
is a good life lesson.
And
for me.
so it just kind of stemmed from that, or we just get together and so we're not on company time BSing. We're on our own time, just hanging out together and
I mean, I
BSing. And
can say we'll have a show for Deadpool. We'll probably have a show for Civil War. Probably have a show for Batman, Superman.
we can do that. A show for every major movie that comes out.
A major
I vote for
movie-
one next week for Sisters.
No.
Sorry to go backwards, but people think Snoke is a moon, M-U-U-N. First time you see that race is episode 2.
Everybody thinks Snoke's like about that tall Yoda height.
Oh, the creator of the character said he's actually 7 foot tall.
Andy Serkis says he's a regular size.
Yeah, so
Regular size
yeah.
perspective.
Well, the
but
thing I was reading with the Inquisitor was talking about his height was supposed to be about the same as.
That's an
yeah,
Inquisitor.
they stand over Obi-Wan. They're in that
Moon
height range.
Or tall. Moon. I don't know how to pronounce that race. Moon. Mun.
Why aren't you up to date on your intergalactic races?
Wikipedia.
Give me a lightsaber. I need to commit harakiri.
All right. Well, I know you have plans, so normally we try to hit same time, so hopefully we'll see you next week sometime. Not, check us out on YouTube or iTunes.
Say YouTube, Facebook, iTunes.
All those wonderful places.
If you like the page, you'll find out when our next video is.
Yeah. And we do have a website.
Yep.
You can go to, and it's got links to all those things. So
you can send us money.
This guy has a book. It is available on the page, right? If you buy, you can get the digital version, or you can get a paperback version sent to you, or a hardback version. The hardback's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's just got crazy customer stories.
Yeah.
No question.
What do we got? You guys are great. Maybe I can join you next. This was fun.
Yeah, at last.
Hey, yeah, if you show up every episode, we'll be glad to, keep your commentary involved, and everybody else can comment and all that. And
maybe someday we'll try to get you on a speakerphone and do an interview or something.
We'll be better prepared with the tablet right here, so I can.
Yeah, normally we have an iPad set up in the center of the table where we can monitor questions, and so I'm not like all up in your business.
It's more. It's funnier for us this way.
Just to be like that, and then whoever's watching this later on, like somebody from work, just all of a sudden, Rob just.
That's what I was doing, watching it from work.
I wish we could have done that.
Yeah.
I have to work in the morning.
4 a.m. Yeah, me too.
All right, thanks guys. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.